A little bitty river otter out there. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's three. Brr. Can't complain too much about Springer Mountain now, because it is definitely near freezing right now. I forgot it gets colder in the valleys. I'm gonna go over and check on my food bag. See if I'll have a birthday breakfast. That's right, today's my birthday. It's October the 18th. Hey, my food bag's still hung there. Yay. The only place I could find was to suspend it from the cable for the bridge. Alright, I gotta get some hot food and hot coffee in me. I wanted to get going early this morning, but I had to force myself out of the warm sleeping bag. Alright, I'll meet you soon. Well, say goodbye to the campsite and the pretty river. It's gonna be my last water for a while. I have to do 3 summits today. I have to summit Tunawee Mountain, Walla Halla, however you say that mountain, and then Licklog Mountain. So it's going to be fun. Water's really scarce along this section of trail, so I have 2 full liters, and then I put another ½ liter in my bag. There is a creek about halfway through my day today, but it says there's a chicken farm upstream from it, so use caution. So I'm not gonna. And it said there's a spring near that's drinkable, but it's unreliable, so I don't know if I have any water or not. So should be able to make it all day today, but I'm gonna try to drink more water today because I don't think I drank enough water yesterday. As I said earlier, today's my birthday. I wish I could say I felt good this morning, but my knee is still kind of sore. My legs are tender. I popped a couple more ibuprofens with breakfast this morning just to try to help with some of the soreness. We'll see how today goes. Update you soon. There is one minor thing I forgot to mention. It's definitely going to be a Pitbull Kesha kind of day. Nice view if you can see it in the camera. I think I have to summit that next. I crossed the summit of Tunawee, at least I think I'm saying that right. That's what spelling looks like. I didn't even realize I passed it. I actually thought I wasn't even to it yet until I hit some level ground and decided to check my map, and yeah, I'd already passed the summit. Been hitting a lot of spider webs today, but I'm not complaining about them because these here seem to be just little tiny strands going across the trail. Every once in a while I'll hit one that has a spider on it, but nothing like it is in Kentucky, where you hit full orb weaver web that's big enough to wrap around your entire head. Meanwhile, the orb weaver spider itself is on your side of the web, which means now it is pinned to your nose by its own web, but so far I haven't had to deal with that here, which is really nice. I'm about to start my descent down across this road and then climb up that Walla mountain. Walla. I guess is how it's pronounced, I don't know. WHALLALAH. Walla la. I don't know. I don't care. I guess I'll take another break there. Check my mileage. It's 12:20 now. I think I mentioned this morning I got started way too late. It was cold this morning. I'm telling you, that valley was a lot colder than Springer was the first night. So I stayed in the sleeping bag as long as I possibly could. Moving on, I gotta try to make my 15 miles today. So update you soon. Yep, made it to Georgia 60. According to this sign, I did 17.1 miles. Well, 17 miles about so far. It doesn't make a lot of sense according to the guide because it says that the Takaw River's 3 miles. It was 14.8 from start of the BMT. Well, I guess, I don't know, maybe if you don't take this, maybe if you don't take the BMT, it's shorter. All right, break time over. Let's summit Walala Mountain.
Food I have with me is my original one. That leaves just Martinez, Vogel, and Bex.
Walala Mountain. Walala? Walala. Gaggle of flies. Only one more mountain to summit for the day, and that's Lick Log. And I dropped down in the valley. There's a church right up the road that has water. But man, I'm going to tell you right now, I am tired. That trek up to the top of the mountain here was rough. Rough. I might camp on Lick Log Mountain. We'll see if I get there, if I feel like camping there or not. I have plenty of water to get me through the night. I carried extra water, which is why the walk up here was so rough, probably. That break helped, but jeez, first 2 days are rough. Gotta try to get to Thunder Rock Campground by Tuesday at the latest. I have to be there Tuesday morning. I want to be there on Monday. What is today? Wednesday. So I want to get there on Monday because it's supposed to start raining Monday, and I'd like to already be at the campground and not having to walk in the rain. But I guess as long as my destination is the campground, I don't care to walk in the rain. Next stop, Lick Log Mountain. See you soon. What happened here? Did they run out of gas, or did they just say, you know, oh, screw it, that's good enough? They literally just cut like a little tiny gap in the tree. That's it. Made it to Lick Log Mountain. I'm not going to be licking any logs, but there's a very questionable tree right there. That looks like it might lick someone camping here one night. I have about 1.5 liters of water, which is plenty to camp here for the night. It'll only need about 1/2 liter for dinner. That'll leave me another liter to drink or whatever I want to do with. And then 2 more miles up is the church where the water's at, and that is the only water for miles, reliable water. So I don't want to stop here because it's only 4 o'clock. The sun doesn't set until a little after 7. It's 0.2 miles to the church, 0.2 miles back. So it's about another 1/2 mile. So I have 4.5 miles total I need to do. I think I'm just going to rest here a while and continue on. Not too long. And see how I feel. If I get too tired, I'm just going to find a spot to camp. So update you soon. I made it to Friendship Church, and I've got everything spread out here. Making me some dinner before I try to head up to Payne Gap. My freaking feet and my knees, I'm tired, man. I really wish I was setting up camp right now, but I've got another 2.5 miles to Payne Gap from here. So I'm just going to try to go ahead and get dinner out of the way. That way when I get there, all I have to do is set up camp, find a place to hang my food. So, and if I don't make it there and I find some other place on the way, great. I mean, I still have a couple hours until pitch black. So that's it for now. Update you real soon. I made it to Payne Gap. I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to make it, and I was just going to have to stop and camp somewhere. I actually made it just as the sun was setting, so it was still light. So the first thing I did when I got here was hung my food bag while I could still see, and then set up camp in the dark. And yeah, I made it, man. I was so hyped when I got here. Man, I felt great on the hike here. I mean, the ups were pretty rough, but I actually felt really good. My feet aren't sore. My legs got sore going uphill, but then I would just kind of, stop for a second and wait and then keep on going. And they feel fine now. So, man, it was a walk. When I got here, I was like, yes, I did it. Not a bad way to end my birthday. I made my 15 miles today. That's like 18 flipping miles. Are you kidding me? Oh well. Apparently I've got more than 15 miles to do tomorrow, but that's fine because I'm getting up super early. Like as soon as I wake up the first time, I'm not setting an alarm or anything because I know I'm going to wake up before daylight. I always do. As soon as I get up, I'm getting up, I'm starting breakfast, I'm going to plug the phone in to charge, probably my Bluetooth speaker too. Freaking start packing up camp and hit the trail. Yeah, Payne Gap tonight. Feels good. Usually a little chilly, so there is a chill in the air, but I feel great. I mean, I actually feel good. I was sore earlier, my feet hurt. Oh, I made these for my feet because right on the ball of my feet, there's no blister there, and it's not red, it's not swollen, it's just really tender like it used to do when I was doing a lot of road walking on Chateauy. And a lot of the downhills is putting a lot of force on the balls of your feet, and these downhills on this trail are steep. So I'm guessing that's what it was. So I wanted to be able to make a really good time on this last 2.5 mile from the church to here. I think it's 2.5 miles. Anyway, 2 miles. I put that on my feet and I tightened up my shoes more. I tightened up the laces on them. And man, I was hauling butt. And my feet didn't hurt at all. They still don't hurt. So it worked. I might put those back on again tomorrow. I'm going to watch some Game of Thrones and hit the bed and see you all tomorrow. Well, say goodbye to Payne Gap. Pain packing up this morning, that's for sure. Freaking, I got up at 7:15. It's 9:16 now. Just leaving. I got about 10 miles to those restaurants, store, and about 15 to my camp. I was wrong last night. It's only about 15 miles. I don't know what was wrong with my math. Yeah, it would help if. Yeah, I just freaking started. I'm already winded. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me. Every time I freaking stood up this morning, I got lightheaded. I had to take a knee a couple of times or I was gonna fall over. It's freaking ridiculous, man. Day number 3. And so far I'm doing okay, other than just like I said, I'm really tired and lightheaded when I stand up. I'll update you soon. I made it to Wilscott Gap, which is apparently right at the road. In case anyone's wondering, the spring is down that way, on the right. So yeah, I got to Wilscott Gap. I was completely out of water and dying of thirst. 2 guys came by in a truck, really nice. They told me there was a spring a little bit down the road. And it was, and nice, lots of water flowing out of it. And so I filled up both my water bottles. I sat down there by the road in the shade, had some lunch, and drank a bunch of water. So I got about 5 miles until the next reliable water source. And then that'll be right before I hit the road walk with the restaurants. Yeah, I'm fueled up, man, and gonna push on. I also left my freaking stool in the back of those guys' truck. I had a nice little 3-legged stool, only weighed 1 pound, 4.2 ounces. I left it in the back of their truck, so my pack's a little lighter now. It was nice for taking breaks, getting the pack off and just sitting down without having to sit on the ground. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna get moving because I want to try to get these miles in. I want to get to the restaurants before they close at least, and then my camp spot isn't too far from there. So update you soon. Well, still alive so far. I'm down to about a half a liter of water already. Climbing up Tipton Mountain was, good lord, it was steep. You know, when I planned on my water stops and stuff and planned mileage for the day, I didn't take into account the elevation change. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little lake right out there, and this is another ridge top. And yeah, it's there's a lot of ups and downs. Wow, though. I know. Let's see if the camera can pick any of that up. Say one thing for sure, it is gorgeous up here. Like I made it to Ledford Gap. I think the trail goes up there. I see a double blaze. So I got one more mountain to summit, and it's down to Garland Gap. Well, I made it to the Brawley Mountain Fire Tower. I thought it was going to be like most other fire towers that I've run into and be out of service. It's said closed to the public, but now I know why, because it's still in use. And besides that, even if it was open to the public, I wasn't going to use the energy to walk up there anyway. I got to get down to Garland Gap. I've got about 3/4 of a liter of water left. Then I'm out again. Man, that was a rough climb, but I'll update you when I get down to the gap. Hello all, I made it. I'm north of Fall Branch right now. Camping right by the stream, which is the top side of the falls. Falls are gorgeous. I'll have to go down there tomorrow and get some video and some pictures before I leave. I met this really nice guy who actually gave me a ride to the Iron Bridge Cafe and bought my lunch too. His name was Peter. He had hiked the BMT before too, and or I think he had one section. He said he had one section left to do. But yeah, really nice guy, and it was nice. And he also offered to ride me here to Fall Branch, at least where the trail cuts off the road. And at first I was like, nah, I'm gonna walk it. And then I was like, you know what? I've had enough road walking off Chatowie. I was like, yeah, I'll take that ride. So he gave me a ride up here to the start of the trail once it leaves the road. I'm glad he did, because that road was all the way, it was uphill the whole way. The whole road was uphill the entire way. I'm here for the night. I'm gonna sleep in tomorrow because I think I'm gonna do a short day. I'm not sure. I need to check my stops in my guide. One thing I didn't plan on this hike was the elevation gains on water consumption. So I pushed my water limit the last couple of days, especially today, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to be planning my my water stops from now on based on elevation, not just, oh, I can go here and there's water in between. I'm not going to do that. I don't need dinners because I ate a really good meal at the Iron Bridge Cafe. Excellent food. I mean, I just had a cheeseburger and some fries, but it was delicious, of course. But right now, I'm going to set up camp and get relaxed. First little campfire of the trip. It's really nice, and it's really warm. Because I don't know what the temperature's getting down to tonight. I guess that's a big old fat good night. I'm going to watch another movie tonight or something, or a show, and take it easy the rest of the night. See what I'm going to do tomorrow. Update you then.